All right, y'all. Let's look at some cars today. I got some new ones that I just got in from Pro Tinker, some eBay specials that I got, a couple from a set that I've modified, one old AFX that I put back together this morning. But we'll start off with the new stuff from Pro Tinker. He just had his 40% off sale for a few days. I think I bought something every day, but this is the first set that came in. Bought some of these Corvettes, and they were a good deal, 40% off. They're all new, 440 Magnums. And I've had this car before in the past. I bought one in a box of junk cars in a place in Maryland in 1997. That the guy sold me a whole box of, they were AFX and Tycos in there for 20 bucks, and a plain old green fishing tackle box full of brand new parts, mostly Thunderjet parts and stuff. I've sold them long ago. But that old yellow car that we had, it was one of my daughter's favorite cars, and it had old pickups on it, but it was the best running Tyco I ever pulled out of a box. And I used to use it as the warm-up car because it would always run no matter how dirty the track was, and it would clean the rails pretty good. And it was this body, but of course it didn't have the mirrors on it. They're usually missing, and if you run them much, they don't hang around long. But that was a pretty good deal. I think they're about 14 bucks after your discount. And this one, I think, was $11.80 after the discount, which if you buy more than just a couple things, you'll get your money's worth on the shipping. I bought his, what do you call it? One of the Brian's bargains. I hadn't got it yet. I'll do a video on it when I get them. But the red number 3, which I've never owned before, which is cool. Brand new 440 also. 440 Magnum, single magnet. And then I got, of course, the Gulf, not so rare Gulf tanker. But I did notice today on the site he's only got 50 left. So if any of y'all are on the fence, I've already seen these on eBay for selling. Somebody sold one for like 89 bucks. But I just needed one. So if y'all want to get one, I did also see them at Slot Car Depot, and they were under their exclusives. I didn't notice if the packaging has the Pro Tinker, if they split them up, but they do have them there, and they were about the same price. I think 54, 55 bucks, but that was a pretty good deal. Then I got this one off of eBay, which is the iWheels version. But I noticed when Bob was running the trucks on his race a couple weeks back, they had Fox and Walls had a flat nose truck like this one, but it was the Outback version, which I don't know if them trucks are still around. I know that was a set truck, but I like this one because it was a shell. I'll change them tires out though. I'm not big on the white tires, but that was a pretty good deal. Got that off of eBay. And then these were from my gold mine set, or actually these were from my buddy's gold mine set. I already tore the yellow one up from mine, but well, what I did, I took the amp chassis off, built up some extractions, put some bulbs on there, and you do have to change the back wheels. They came with these yellow wheels, but I changed the back wheels. I had to use an axle from a rear 4-gear with some new extraction rims to make it look the same. But it turned out all right. They do light up. So yeah, these trucks were a no-go with that amp chassis. They were way too fast. So did the same thing with the red one. Kept them same dirty tires, but changed out to put a extraction pit kit chassis on there with the bulbs. You have to run them bulbs through that little notch where the armature plate hooks in, or it pinches with the chassis to do the body. But here's one of those amp chassis from that truck set. I haven't done anything with this one yet. That's what it originally looks like. But when I modify it, I remove the capacitor and that little circuit board. The solder joints the pads are real thin on there. They're easy. If you just wiggling the wire, you could break one loose and then it's not going to run anymore. Same thing on that capacitor. It's real stiff leads on it. It's fine on the motor side, but if you put it on a different body and you bend that capacitor down, you're likely to break the contact down at the pickup. So what I did, I take this, it's kind of tight in this chassis, but there we go. So I took the chassis, you can see that's down to the bare minimum. Just take the board off. One of the wires is already soldered over. You just got to solder the light bulb wire on it. And then the other one, you solder that to the other side of the motor post once you've removed the board. And that puts it down in its simplest form. It should be more reliable that way. And I got one of those Pro Tinker Ford GT Turbo models. I got it off the eBay. He showed some a couple weeks ago, but then he never put them on the listing. I don't know what the deal is, but these were originally his pit kits that he couldn't sell anymore because the magnets were loose, and he put them together and I guess he intends on selling them individually, but I haven't seen them listed. But I did find this one on eBay that somebody had put on a Mega G Plus chassis, 1.5 wheelbase, and they got a AFX clip on there. You can see AFX body clip. So that's a good chassis. I'm going to use that for another AFX or a Tomy body when I find something that I think would be good on it. I don't run these much because I don't like having to change the controller out, but like I said, I just wanted it mostly for this body because I think these bodies are great for this amp chassis. Although I did have to change the front light lenses because they weren't clear on this. They were painted black. And I wanted to retain the light. I was going to change out the windshield too, but I went ahead and just left the tinted instead of going to the clear. That body clip is real tight on this particular. That's it. Still not exactly right. think I've knocked the axle loose now. Yeah, so the axles on these are the pop-out type on the amp chassis. They're very similar to the axle assembly on the Mega G Plus. A little bit different. I haven't tried to swap them around, but it's that style. And if you grab it by the back wheels and take it out of the body, then you're going to dislodge that axle like I just did. And now it's right, but that's what it looks like done. It looks pretty good, and that's the yellow wheels that were, or they're silver with yellow highlights that were originally in that this yellow truck right here. So came out pretty good. And on my buddy Don's, I did his 2 amp chassis. I put on the Loves GT40s. They're both lighted bodies, and they came out really nice. And I got a couple of those too, but I wanted to do some different ones, so we can go have a race or something. We'll have different cars. And then one of the Loves body chassis, lighted chassis, I put on this plain white Ford GT. I imagine it probably came from the pit kit. It was a body I just got on its own off the eBay for $9. Was free shipping, so that was a good deal. But it has blacked out bezeled front light. I'll have to keep an eye out, see if I can find another clear one or whatever, but I don't think I'll do anything with that. If anything, maybe put some numbers on there in a clear coat, but that came out. That's all right. Like them Ford GTs. And then off of eBay, I bought a set of these. This came from a set because individually people were wanting too much for them. I got the set for, I'm thinking, 50 something bucks. And I just basically threw the track away. I kept the little sound box that it makes. It had special effects. Scott had done a Monday night where he showed the set, and the cars are in pretty good shape. One was missing a pickup that I replaced. I put a used one in there, but and then cleaned up the commutator with a little contact cleaner. I use that CRC contact cleaner you can get from Auto Parts or wherever, O'Reilly's. But it comes with the shiny red twin mill Ford pickup, the chromed version. So these are set cars, and then here's one I bought the body loose off of eBay. Kind of like that. Didn't have any of these. There's one more of those trucks. I think it's black. Might keep an eye out for them. And I put an old chassis that's been cleaned up and refreshed on there. And that's pretty much it for the new. Oh, and then here's another. Y'all saw them AFX cars that I got gifted to me that I rebuilt. Well, I had some more pieces left over, and this body I actually got from Don too. He bought a bunch of runner bodies in a lot off another auction he goes to. And this is actually a very old chassis I've had in my junk box a long time. I put it back together with some fresh Auto World extraction brushes and springs. And it actually had a mean green armature in it, 3 ohm, so it is pretty zippy. I haven't run it on the track yet. It's probably one of the loudest Magnatractions that I have. Put some fresh tires on there. But yeah, so now I got a white number 2 to run with the yellow number 2 that I got in the recovery set. So there we go. That's about it. Y'all take care.